This is very important to know to apply it correctly. Of course, to understand it, and then you'll be able to play this accurately every single time. Counting the attackers and the defenders is, if you want, it's the most fundamental way to build up from the ground very, very robustly and to go confidently every single time, knowing exactly if you should be exchanging the pieces, what pieces should you be taking with. So we got like 5 scenarios. So I'll try to exemplify, especially for beginners and intermediates. That is incredibly, incredibly useful. Let's have a look at this position here, my friends. Now you notice that actually black currently attacks the knight on d4 3 times, right? We got a bishop, we got a knight on c6, we got a queen on f6. Now, 3 attackers. How many defenders have we got for the d4 white knight? Well, we've got a knight on e2 and we've got a queen on d1. Well, is that enough? Well, not really. Not really. Now, we would ideally want to bring a third defender. So, ideally would be bishop e3. Why do I prefer here bishop e3? Because you actually develop a piece off the back rank whilst you provide defense, the third defender, for the knight. So let's just proceed now with the move. That's just great because now you're absolutely safe. So you counted the attackers of your opponents, you counted your defenders, and you came up with the conclusion that developing with tempo, providing defense for the knight, if your opponent initiate the trades now, you don't have any problem. So if they take, you're actually going to take back. And a little bit maybe more aggressive would be to take with the bishop because you also attack the queen whilst you also target the bishop on c5. So you take with the bishop, you pose some questions to the queen, they take back, and now you can just absolutely recapture at this stage now either queen or knight. That's quite a balanced position here. If black queen takes, you're going to take back with the knight, and the position is equal, but you played the correct stuff. Queen takes, and and knight captures now. Now you look at the material, everything's fine. Black will have to decide where, how to castle. Of course, they might need to pay attention to c7 at some point in the future if you do some a4, some knight b5. But nevertheless, the position is fairly equal, and it's cool. Let's go for another scenario here, guys. Let's look at the next one. We're playing with the white pieces. Now we are doing the attacking with the white pieces in this exercise. Now, what do we attack? Well, we've got a sort of like Alekhine's gun here on the d file. We got 2 rooks and queen and the bishop. Now, when we do the trades or the defense, every single time we need to try to start the exchange with the less valuable pieces. And you don't want to trade a rook for 2 pawns, right? So you got to go with the less valuable pieces first. Now, in this position here, we're actually attacking 4 times. Rook, 1, 2. Okay, we've got a bishop. Maybe we should start with the bishop. So bishop, 2, 3, and 4. We've got 4 attackers on d7, which is defended by 3 defenders. Therefore, we can conclude in all certainty we win material. As simple as that. And the most forcing move here is just simply if you initiate the trade with the rook. You grab the bishop, you're 1 piece up now, and you also attack the black rook on d8 like once, 2, thrice. So now they need to react to this. You already took a piece from them. And frankly, whatever they decide to take back, you're absolutely going to kill it here because rook takes and queen takes, and you are 1 piece up. You're just simply winning the game. The game is won by white. If you don't blunder, the game is completely won. So congrats, you've done the right stuff. Counting, guys, this is so important. Now, your opponent made the blunder. Bishop to g5, well, looks like they attacked the queen. Now, this is a blunder. Okay, so as I said, for our beginners and intermediate friends, that would be very, very good to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Now, this is a blunder. And now you've got 2 very good options here. You could decide to take the knight. Obviously, with the queen, you don't take the knight with the knight because the queen is being targeted by the bishop. So you could take the knight with the queen. And if queen takes, knight takes, thank you very much, everything's fine. You're going to be threatening the c2. Or you could very well take the bishop on g5. That's not a problem either. So you can go either way and you're doing very well. You're threatening here, and it's fine. I mean, look, you've got one extra piece here, so you're winning. Just carefully keep up the development. Try encourage the trades now, because once you got extra material, you want to simplify the game and to get rid of all the complications. Nice and simple. Okay, what have we got here? A lot of attack here. We got dog piles here. So look at knight on f5 once, twice, okay, 3 times attacker. It doesn't end here. 4 and 5th attacker. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see at the white pieces how many times they defend the d4. I mean, they defend, of course. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you got 5 attackers versus 4 defenders. It's awesome. Now, it's important for you to understand you're not going to be starting the trade now, the exchange with the rook. So not the rook. You don't take with the rook. Okay? You take with the knight, with one of the 2 knights, and not with the rook. So this is very important. Again, you don't take the knight with the rook, because then they're going to be taking you with the bishop. You really don't want to expose the more valuable for the less valuable. Okay, always go with the lesser pieces here. So knight captures, bishop takes, but now just crushing it. You take with the rook, now attacking the queen directly. Queen took, and this is just absolutely game over. You are going to be winning here. Big, 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 big time. You've got a queen, and that's it. Game is all yours. Let's look at the final scenario here, my friends. I hope this is useful. Now, you've got, so that's important now to understand. We've got knight attacking, the knight on f4 attacks on d5, bishop on b3 attacks, rook, and the queen. Obviously, you've got 4 attackers. Now, the problem is there is a pawn here on e6 defending, and the queen. You do have 4 attackers versus 2 defenders, but we discussed it's important to be very much aware of the value of the pieces involved in the trade, in the exchange. And you don't want to give your minor piece for 2 pawns, right? So that's very valuable. So rather than starting to do this reckless trade, which, by the way, would be a sort of a blunder, you rather look at undermining this pawn on d5, because probably you notice the rook on d1 is on the same file with the black queen. So why don't we just undermine out that pawn? And frankly, this guy is a little bit pinned, so to speak, because if they take on c4, your rook just takes the queen straight away. Okay, so now there's no good move for them, because that guy is totally challenged, and you should be more than able to just taking that pawn. Of course, if there's a bishop b4, you're going to play rook e2. You're not going to just lose that rook. So don't go blindly with the inertia, within the same inertia, staying with that old plan. Always and always adjust your opponent's plan. If they push the pawn, though, which would be the best stuff to do, the wiser stuff to do in the current position here, of course, you could take back, and then after knight d4, you could play queen e4. Or if they push the black pawn, just go queen e4 straight away, and that's absolutely fine. All right, guys. So that was the 5 scenarios wanted to suggest to our beginners friends. Oh, guys, that's useful stuff for you. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, people. Share the film with your friends, with your schoolmates, and I'll see you guys during my live stream or on the next video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.